Hi everyone, welcome to Chang's Chinese Classroom. The stories of Chinese characters. This is the first part of episode number 1, Origin. So today we're going to talk about the origin of these Chinese characters. In order to do so, I'd like you to travel back to the history where we used to be not really monkeys, but these cavemen like in here. Okay? So now I'd like to introduce you to my caveman friend, Uya. Uya is our hunter man, and he offered me lots of exciting stories as he goes on to adventure. So today he gave me a pretty exciting one. He went on hunting in the morning, and the weather is pretty good. It's quite sunny out there, and he told me that and he couldn't really find any animal today. It's a quiet day, but instead he found a really weird tree instead, a kind of tree he never seen before. So he climbed up to the top of that tree and find there are lots of small fruit like this. So after he tasted them, he find the fruit is really tasty and he's quite happy about this. Okay, that means we got another source of food. We don't need to hunt down those dangerous animals anymore. So, in order to do so, he used his knife to cut down those fruits and make a mark on the land so we could trace back to the location for another day. After he done all of this, he traveled back to our cave, and that's already to the evening. He found our caves is really cold and told me a good idea. If we could make something like a door to cover the cave, we could feel much warmer. I feel there are lots of interesting things in here and lots of information we need to record them down. So I asked Wuya to tell the story to me for another time, and I am gonna record this on our wall. So I approach our cave wall, and Wuya start retelling the story. Okay, let me think about it. How should we do this? Okay, let's do this. First, I need to honor the copyright of Ouya. I'd like to draw a shape of the person on the wall just to remind me that this is something Ouya told me. So I draw this on the wall because for now, both Ouya and I, we couldn't really fully stand. We need our arm to balance. Okay, so we move on to the storytelling part. I'd like to draw a shape of the mouse just to remind myself this is something I heard from another person. And then for the exciting part, I like to draw a shape of the heart. So I draw up a body of a person and I use 4 strokes to indicate where the heart locates. Although Uya argues this is more like a shape of the human being heart. I don't want to continue the argument, so we move on the story. For the sun, it's quite simple. I just draw a circle there. But again, the Ouya reminds me that I used circle to represent orange the other day, so I can't use circle again. But I don't want to go for that much trouble, so I just add in 1 slash in the middle to represent this is sun rather than orange. Okay, then move on to the tree. This is quite simple. I just draw the body of the tree, then I use 2 stroke to indicate these are the leaves, and 2 stroke again for the roots. Settled. And move on to the small fruits. It's a little bit difficult. How to express small? I remember the other day we used a knife to cut an apple to half, then each part would be smaller than original piece. So yeah, let's settle down with that. I use the shape to represent that's 2 part. I use 1 knife to cut them, so the 2 part would be smaller. Okay, smart. Move on, the knife is quite easy. I just draw a shape of the knife with a handle in here. And for the land, I'm just going to add 1 slash here to represent that's the land. And I draw a cross in here to represent there's something grow out of it. Okay, settle down, that's land. And for the moon, oh, that's easy, half circle. But again, oh, Uya reminds me I used the half circle the other day to represent the banana. Why would I do this? Okay, again, like I did to represent sun, I just add 1 stroke in the middle to represent this is the moon rather than the banana. Then the last one, a door. That's quite easy. I could just draw an ideal door in my mind. Cool. That's all of it. Okay, so back to the modern time. This is the first method our ancestor used to create Chinese characters. We call them pictogram. To put it simple, they just draw everything they saw, or part of them, particularly the part they think they could represent the whole picture. Except for this one is a little bit different. We're gonna talk about this a little bit later. So, these are what they looks like right now for the modern world. As you can see, they evolve from more curved line to the modern straightforward straight lines. The person is a person now they could fully stand, and mouse become a square just to keep the shape of the mouse. The heart looks a little bit different as it's been simplified. So does the door. The sun and the moon, as I said, are more towards straightforward straight lines or squares rather than the curved lines. But you can still see the tree, the small, the knife, and the land are pretty much similar to the original shape. So now I'm going to take off the English meaning and see whether you can still remember the meaning of all these shapes and characters. Puff. So, could you still remember the meaning of each one? Then what if I do this? Okay, check the meaning a bit later. You could watch the video again, or you could progress to the next part of the learning. Check the answer on the website. This is going to be the first part of our first episode. I will see you in the next episode.